Welcome back, everyone, and thank you again for joining us on the journey to tooling and converting excellence. In today's episode, we're going to discuss how to receive converting solutions quickly, and with confidence you will receive tooling with proven results. We have shared a couple of stories about the challenges our customers face when tooling is not viewed as an essential component and contributor to the success of your part production plans. In the last episode on budgeting for tooling expense, we hope we shed some light on why your staff needs your input on your die spend, so that your efforts to eliminate the cost of failed tooling can begin. The reality is that for most in this audience, your converting processes may not be considered your core competency. They are, however, necessary and essential to producing your finished product. Whether it's producing complex electronics, automotive interiors, medical devices, or simply printing labels, you now know your tooling budget. You're also aware of the resources you're spending collecting die pricing. We hope you'll consider eliminating tooling price from your internal narrative and the customer conversation entirely. So how are you going to reallocate your newfound resources, and what's next? Remain focused on your core competencies. It's where you thrive. Expect your tooling supplier to act as an extension of your engineering and planning operations so you get proven solutions. Direct your new resources to work with a supplier whose business model embodies tooling and converting as their core competency. Doing so will add value well beyond the dollars you spend for cutting dies. Okay, are you ready to get the proven results you need in your converting operations? Here's how. Beginning the process of improving your converting margins and efficiencies must start with obtaining the right cutting tooling for every application. This means purchasing only engineered tooling solutions. First, let me explain what engineered dies are. They are proven die solutions, backed by decades of data to ensure you'll get the best outcome for all fabricated products. How do we do it? We have developed a database to establish these proven results for flatbed tooling. We employ this database for determining the best die solution for all your applications. When do you need engineered dies? For every application, even the simplest ones. It's the simplest ones that can cause the most pain. Why should you require engineered dies for every application you convert? So that your production plan works. Your risk of failure is minimized, your tooling and converting plan is cost effective, and most important, your plan is supported by experienced engineers. Purchasing only engineered dies is the most important first step towards making the improvements you're looking for. The fly in the ointment: the vast majority of steel rule die making companies do not employ engineers. Engineered dies are not in our industry's DNA. Today's die makers look at your part drawing, establish whether they can bend steel rule to approximate the geometry, and then press shaped cutting blades into a wooden die board. Very few of our customers have the knowledge and expertise to consistently make the best tooling type and converting choices. If you're not working with a supplier acting as an extension of your engineering department, making this choice yourself presents considerable risk of failure. Important question: how do you know whether you're working with a steel and wood die maker versus an engineered die solution company? Answer: if your die supplier is not asking for primary specifications for each application you send to them, they're putting your converting process at risk. Let's discuss the simplicity of what you need to know about your application to get exactly what you need. The proven formula for converting success requires the following 4 primaries. Geometry. This most often includes an electronic drawing representing the shape of the part tolerance, expectations, and all other finished part requirements. Material specifications. The material type and thickness your die will be cutting, including thicknesses of every lamination, including adhesives, liners, and protective masking. Quantity of parts. The exact or projected number of parts you need to produce. And last, the cutting or punching equipment options you have at your disposal that you intend to use for cutting or stamping your parts. We cannot stress enough the importance of providing this information with every cutting die request. As we proceed, the reasons for needing this information will become clear. Remember, there are an infinite number of ways we can construct your die, and without these 4 primaries, we cannot guarantee proven results. Don't allow your team to waste your company's time or resources without having these primary components. We're going to show you how this process works, but first, you might be saying, "Great, Joe. You convinced me I have a problem and that I need help. And you've asked me to order only engineered tooling so I can begin the process of improvement. But it sounds complicated and expensive." I have some great news for you. Next, we're going to show you just how simple it is for you and your team to receive engineered tooling and the engineering support you'll need to win more opportunities. Regarding expensive, you already know your tooling budget. We arrived at this price in the last episode. Over several decades, our engineers have developed a standard flatbed tooling database for determining proven engineered die solutions. Our database of solutions include our entire lineup of tooling options. When we have the 4 primaries from you, your application, along with these primaries, are filtered through our engineering database and are quickly assigned to one of 2 buckets, Bucket A or Bucket B. Let's talk about Bucket A. Approximately 70% of all tooling requests come out of our standards database with a proven steel rule die solution. Although there are an infinite number of ways in which your die can be constructed, our database will ensure your die is backed by proven outcomes and a team of engineers. Bucket B includes the remaining 30%. For some reason, our database has raised a flag about your request. This may be due to challenging materials, atypical tolerances, or unusual shapes. Then again, it may be the number of parts you need to produce isn't matching up with the scope of your application. Or it could be the tooling solution options do not fit within your converting capabilities. Simply put, your application does not fit snugly into a typical steel rule die solution. So what happens next? Our database flags it and our engineers take over. Our engineering team will dig deeper into the 4 primaries to determine whether the steel rule die standards can be upgraded to deliver you a proven result. Keep in mind, our goal is to provide you with the most cost-effective converting plan that suits your capabilities. And we produce a great number of tooling options, of which one will likely be the perfect fit. So you're thinking, wow, can it really be this simple? My information just drops into this neat little machine and out comes the perfect die and cutting plan solution? Well, you're actually pretty close. But let's walk through the few exceptions and exactly how we manage them. Every day we encounter scenarios for which a solution is unknown and development work is necessary. So what does this process look like? How do we arrive at a solution for the unknown? We have a team of engineers that will support your efforts to develop the solution so that you win these types of ultra-challenging applications. How does it work? Our team engages with you and presents the best path for developing a tooling solution, a converting solution, or both. This type of development will require your customers' resources to arrive at a proven solution. However, would you agree that taking on these challenging applications will further your opportunities for growth? Run to these opportunities, not away from them. Be the company that brings the solution to your customer's table. We can help your core competencies grow a little wider. You now know why engineered dies are a necessity. You know what information to provide your die supplier to quickly get the tooling and converting solutions needed for every opportunity that comes your way. Although you'll have no homework for our final episode, we're asking you to come prepared to make the following decisions. To provide your staff the education they need to consistently make great converting decisions for your company, to chart a path to initiate the process of making the converting improvements you are pursuing, and finally, to commit to doing something extraordinary.